Okay, hey everybody, we're in Parsha Korach, and it begins like this. Vayecha Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kehas ben Levi. Korach, son of Izhar, son of Korach, son of Levi, separated himself. Now, I just want to get into what Rashi says when Korach separated himself. He says, Lechach es atzmo letzad echad. Korach literally separated himself. He took himself. As it says Korach, son of Izhar in English, but it actually says in Hebrew, Vayichach Korach, and Korach took. Okay? So why does Rashi say letzad? He says, and which means he took himself to one side. He literally took himself to one side. And Targum Onkelos says, Vayis Peleg, and he separated himself. He divided himself. And later on in the Parsha, we come to Tes Zayin, Pasuk Zayin. Chapter 16, verse 7. Rashi comments on... He says here, Rav lechem b'nei Levi, there is too much to you, sons of Levi. And he says, Rashi comments, and he says, V'chorach shepichach haya. But Korach, who was a clever person, Korach was a clever person, okay? And what does Rashi mean by this? V'chorach shepicheach haya. Korach, who was a clever person. Why does Rashi use the word picheach? He should use the word kocham. Rashi says, what led him to this folly? What led him to this folly? And his eye fooled him. His eye led him to error. And we come to a famous saying from our Rebbe. It says, Ner haguf ha'ayin ve'im enecha timima ko gufecha yeor. The lamp of the body is the eye, and if your eye is whole, your entire body will be illuminated. Ve'im enecha ra'a ko gufecha yechshach ve'im yechshach ha'or asher bekirbeach ma rav hachoshech. But if your eye is evil, your entire body will be darkened. And if the light within you is darkened, how great is this darkness? Okay? So why does Rashi use the word picheach? We see Korach and Moshe had a great machloches, a disagreement, a dispute. So what's interesting is in Pirkei Avos, chapter 5, verse 20, it actually says, any dispute that is for the sake of heaven will have a constructive outcome, but one that is not for the sake of heaven will not have a constructive outcome. What sort of dispute was for the sake of heaven? The dispute between Hillel and Shammai. And which was not for the sake of heaven? The dispute of Korach and his entire company. And in the notes in Pirkei Avos, it says, Hillel and Shammai, though they had disputes regarding halakha, they were concerned not with triumph, but with sincere search for truth in the exposition of Torah. Korach and his entire company, their dispute was merely a rebellion against authority, and accordingly met a tragic end. And see, even as us learning Torah, we should not have rebellious hearts. We should not go against authority, which comes from the rabbis. The Torah even teaches us this. Okay? So, the objective is for both sides, like Hillel and Shammai, is to seek sincere truth in the exposition of Torah. And what's interesting is the word Zad, the Rashi comments in the beginning when Korach took himself to one side. Sad is the Gematria 94. It's the same as Mazel Tov. Okay? When two sides come together, you get Mazel Tov. What is a machlokus? When there is a disagreement, but a smart person can see both sides and use righteous judgment. Sad is 94, but when you combine both sides, the sads, you get 188, which equals Pecheach, what we came from in chapter 16, verse 7, when Rashi comments on a clever person. Rashi's question is, Korach Pecheach Hayah. And Korach had that midah. He was able to combine sad and sad to make 188. 94 plus 94 equals 188. So why did he get involved in the machloches? The answer is, Vayichach Korach, he took himself to one side. He was not able to see the other point of view. Someone who was able to see both sides is seeking truth. What is Pecheach? It equals 188. 188. Someone who was clever, having a machlokas with another one. Who is clever is Pecheach. 188 plus 188, both sides, equals 376. Shalom. It's the same numerical value for shalom. You have shalom, you have peace. Korach cut shalom in half. There was only one wise man, Moshe Rabbeinu. Korach took. So what does it mean, Korach took? Jumping to a higher level, a sod, we come to the Abir Yaakov, and he says something very interesting. He says, Korach took. The name Korach reversed is an acronym for Chelek Ra Cain, the evil part of Cain. In other words, what did Korach take? He took an evil part of Cain, and this is what caused him to rebel against Moshe and against the Torah. The word Vayichach, took, may also be read as Vayichach, woe to the one who took, meaning woe to Korach, who took the evil part of Cain. And commenting a little bit more on son of Yitzhar, the word Yitzhar may be understood as a contraction of Yetzahara, the evil inclination. He was drawn to such a point that the evil sparks of Cain's soul also entered into him. That's phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. I thought I'd share that. So when we learn, especially when we don't understand things, we have to learn from the rabbis. We have to learn from the authority. Maybe we don't understand. It's always good to ask questions, but we don't want to have a rebellious heart and just think our way is right. We have to go to learn from the rabbis. They have the truth. They understand the Hebrew. They understand the oral Torah. So when we do this, when we look at both points of views and the other side, then we're seeking truth and we will have shalom. May everyone have a good week. Shavua Tov.